Did you know that after 60 you can lose muscle every single day, even without noticing? I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights or trying to look like you did in your 30s. I'm talking about something far more important. The strength you need to get out of bed, to walk with confidence, to carry a bag, or simply to keep your independence. And worst of all, this muscle loss happens quietly. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't warn you. One day you climb the stairs effortlessly, and months later you find yourself clutching the handrail. And you tell yourself, it's just my age. But it isn't. That's not just aging. That's sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a condition affecting millions of older adults, marked by progressive loss of muscle mass and strength. It's not rare. It's common, very common. But its danger lies in the fact that almost no one talks about it. And many, simply because they don't know, do nothing until it's too late. Remember this, you're not aging, you're weakening from within. And the saddest part? Often it all starts with what's, or isn't, on your plate. In this video, we're going to talk about the foods you truly need after 60 to keep your strength, to care for your body, and to prevent muscle loss that could take away your most precious possession, your autonomy. I'll explain exactly what happens to your metabolism as you age, the mistakes you're probably making without realizing it, and most importantly, what to eat. Yes, what to eat, to stop your muscles from slipping away in silence. So stay with me until the very end, because what many ignore in their diet is what's weakening them the fastest. Before we begin, I want to know something very important. How old are you? And from which country or city are you watching? Tell me in the comments. I can't wait to get to know you better. Now, let's start. Because no matter your age, you can still strengthen your body. Now that you know you might be losing muscle without realizing it, it's time to understand exactly what's happening inside your body. This has a name: sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the progressive loss of muscle mass that occurs with age. Imagine your muscles slowly switching off, unless you feed and activate them. And when does it begin? Believe it or not, it starts in your 30s. Yes, in your 30s, but it accelerates dramatically after 60. Why? For several reasons. First, as the years go by, we become less active. We walk less, carry less weight, and spend more time sitting. Second, many older adults eat less protein, sometimes from reduced appetite, dental issues, or simply because no one taught them the importance of a nutrient-rich diet. Third, our bodies produce fewer muscle-maintaining hormones, like testosterone and growth hormone. All that combines into a silent cocktail, weakening your body day by day. Let me tell you a simple story. Mrs. Elvira is 75. For years, she walked 5 blocks each morning to the market. It was her routine. She greeted neighbors, picked her fruits, and carried her bag back home. But one day, without warning, she grew tired halfway. A month later, she started taking a taxi home. A year passed, and she could barely climb a single step without support. And no, it wasn't laziness. It was her body signaling, "You're losing muscle." This is key. Many confuse sarcopenia with tiredness, normal aging, or lack of motivation. But it's none of those. It's real, physiological weakness, and it's measurable. How does it show up? You struggle to open a jar. Your legs don't respond like they used to when you rise from a chair. You tire on walks that once felt effortless. You begin avoiding stairs, outings, even playing with your grandchildren. And none of that is laziness. It's muscle loss. That's why it's so important to know its name, and above all, to do something about it. Because yes, you can slow it down. Yes, you can even reverse it. And it all starts with what goes on your plate. Now, you might be wondering, why do older adults lose muscle faster than younger people, even if we eat the same or exercise? Here's something many don't know. After 60, your body no longer responds the same way. Even if you eat enough protein, even if you move, even if you push yourself, your body struggles to turn that into muscle. This has a biological name: anabolic resistance. What does it mean? Your muscles become less receptive to the signals that say, grow, strengthen, stay firm. It's like you need to shout, but your body's speaker is turned down. Plus, muscle protein synthesis, the process that turns nutrients into new muscle tissue, declines with age. What once took just a little meat or fish now requires more, just to achieve the same effect. But it's not just that. Your hormones change too. Testosterone, critical for muscle maintenance, drops, especially in men. Estrogen, which protects metabolism and muscle mass in women, plummets after menopause. Growth hormone, key for cellular and muscle repair, declines year by year. All of this creates a silent storm that weakens your muscles without you noticing. Picture this. Louis, 73, shares a meal with his 16-year-old grandson. Rice, grilled chicken, salad. A complete meal. The grandson uses that protein and energy to grow stronger and more agile. But Louis absorbs less, uses less, and his body can't turn the food into strength the same way. The same diet doesn't work at 60 as it did at 30. That's why many older adults, even if they eat well, still lose muscle. Because it's no longer just about eating. It's about eating what your body truly needs, in the right form and at the right time. After 60, your body needs more, just to maintain the same. So the question isn't whether you're eating, but whether you're eating what your body needs to stay strong. And that's exactly what we'll cover next. Get ready, because in the next part, I'll tell you exactly what to eat and how to stop your muscles from disappearing. Now we reach one of the most common and dangerous dietary mistakes after 60, not eating enough protein. It's not out of carelessness. Most older adults eat less because they lose appetite, because food tastes different, or because chewing, swallowing, or cooking can be a struggle. But the body doesn't negotiate. Without protein, you lose muscle. And we're not talking about lifting heavy weights or grand workouts. We're talking about the basics: standing up pain-free, climbing a step, holding a shopping bag, or just staying balanced on your feet. Do you know how much protein an older adult needs each day? A minimum of 1.1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. For someone who weighs 65 kilos, that's at least 71 to 78 grams of protein daily. And for many older adults, they don't even get close. Consider Julia, 67, who lives alone. For breakfast, she has coffee and toast. Lunch is a bit of rice and vegetable stew. Dinner, a light soup. See the problem? There's almost no real protein. Maybe a little from the broth, but nowhere near enough. With that diet, her body barely survives. It doesn't build, it doesn't repair, it doesn't protect her muscles. Soon, Julia notices things she doesn't connect to her diet. Her hair falls out more. Her nails break easily. She struggles to open jars or lift light objects. She tires quickly on walks. Her body feels flabby. That's protein deficiency. And it's more common than you'd think. Because no one warns you in time, no one tells you, if you don't eat enough protein, your muscles will wither, quietly but steadily, like a flower without water. Remember this: without protein, your muscles wither, even if you don't see it. It doesn't matter if you eat healthily or until you're full. What matters is whether your body gets what it needs to keep your strength. So in the next part, we'll dive into what you really want, the foods you must eat, how to seamlessly add them to your daily diet, and which combinations work best at your age. Because the good news is that it's never too late to reclaim what seems lost. Now that we know what happens when there's not enough protein, let's get to the heart of the matter. What you can eat to protect your muscles after 60. The good news is, you don't need complicated recipes or expensive foods. You just need to know what to choose, and do it every day. Let's start with complete proteins, the ones containing all the essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to repair and maintain muscle. Easy to find top sources are eggs, nearly perfect food, rich in protein, affordable, versatile. Boiled, scrambled, in an omelette. 1 or 2 eggs daily give your muscles a boost. Fish, especially tuna, sardines, or salmon, not just protein, but healthy fats that protect your heart and reduce inflammation. Chicken, best when boiled, grilled, or baked without heavy frying. Dairy, plain yogurt, cottage cheese, semi-skimmed milk, great for older adults because they're easy to consume, even with dental issues. Legumes, lentils, chickpeas, beans. Combine them with rice or grains to form a complete protein and get extra fiber and minerals too. But not all proteins are equal for stopping muscle loss. One amino acid plays a starring role: leucine. Leucine is like the spark that ignites muscle synthesis. Top leucine-rich foods include tuna, eggs, lentils, chickpeas, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, and some nuts like walnuts. Let me share a story. Rose, 82, lived alone, and many mornings ate only coffee with bread. She felt tired, unmotivated to walk, and gradually lost her appetite. One day, her granddaughter prepared a different breakfast: plain Greek yogurt with a handful of walnuts and a drizzle of honey. Rose loved it, and repeated it the next day, and the next. A month later, she noticed she no longer felt breathless climbing stairs. She could walk longer without resting. Her hands regained strength to open bottles and brush her hair without pain. What changed? Protein, leucine, the choice to nourish, not just eat. This is something you can do too, and you don't need to change everything at once. Just make each meal an opportunity to strengthen your body. For breakfast, swap plain bread for an egg or a serving of yogurt. At lunch, always include a protein: fish, lean meat, or legumes with rice. For dinner, choose something light but nutrient-dense: a veggie omelette or a bowl of lentil soup. Snack on milkshakes with fruit, nuts as between-meal bites, or fresh cheese on toast. The key is, eat with intention, not just to fill your stomach, but to fuel your strength, balance, and autonomy. Because every plate is a chance to fortify your body. You've heard it. Protein is vital to keep your muscles after 60. But here's something crucial. Eating alone isn't enough. Your body can't build muscle if you don't use it. It's like having bricks and cement, but never building the house. Protein is the material. Movement is the signal that turns construction on. That's why we arrive at the second pillar to halt muscle loss: resistance exercise. I'm not talking about running marathons or joining a gym if you don't want to. I'm talking about moving your body on purpose, pushing your muscles a bit each day so they stay alive, strong, and functional. Common mistake? Assuming it's normal to feel weak or not move just because you're over 60 or 70. But no, you lose muscles if you don't use them. Plain and simple. Here's what you can start today, even if you've been inactive for years. Bodyweight exercises. Gentle squats. Simply sit and stand from a chair 5 times, using support if needed. Take the stairs. Skip the elevator, even if just a few steps each day. Use water bottles as weights. Do 2 or 3 lifts per arm while watching TV or listening to music. Walk with purpose. Not just strolling, but brisk walking for 5 to 10 minutes, breathing deeply, feeling yourself come alive. If you prefer home, follow gentle senior exercise videos, seated or with very controlled movements. And the best part? You don't need to do it all in one go. Start with 5 minutes, in your pajamas, in the kitchen, in the living room. Every bit counts. What matters is consistency, not intensity. Let me tell you about Mr. Michael, 78, who lived with knee pain and barely walked from the sofa to the bathroom. His grandson encouraged him to do one simple exercise: stand up from a chair once, then sit down, every day. At first it was tough, but by week 2 he did it 5 times. A month later he strolled down his hallway. Today he walks an hour daily, cane in hand, at his own pace, but with dignity. That's not a miracle. That's muscle waking up because it was called. Remember, protein fuels muscle construction, but only if your body knows it needs it, and your body only understands if you use it. So make your muscles work a little every day. Even if it's small, even if it's slow, every step matters. Next, I'll show you how to tell if you're eating and moving enough. and what signs mean you still need more. Because your body talks, and if you listen, you'll protect it better. So far, we've covered what to eat and how to move. But there's another silent enemy wreaking havoc, without many noticing. That enemy is sugar, and all those ultra-processed foods hiding in pretty packages that, on the inside, only bring damage. After 60, your body can't handle excess sugar like it used to. What was once a treat becomes a burden. Why? Because too much sugar causes inflammation throughout your body. That silent inflammation affects muscles, joints, and accelerates decline. Have you ever felt more tired, bloated, or sleepy after certain foods? That's your body saying, "This doesn't nourish me. It wears me down." But it's not just sugar in coffee or desserts. It's in almost everything packaged. Cookies, even oat ones. Breakfast cereals, even whole grain ones. Processed meats like hot dogs, bologna, overly processed ham, instant soups, ready-to-heat meals. They all share one thing. They're designed to fill you up, not to nourish you. Here's a real example. Mercy, 74, always said, "I eat so much, I don't understand why I feel so weak." But when we looked at her day, everything came in a package. Breakfast, white bread with jam. Mid-morning, cookies. Lunch, instant soup and pudding. Dinner, toasts with spreadable cheese and boxed juice. Result? Empty carbs. Zero real protein. Zero muscle building. And of course, her muscles began to vanish, even though she ate plenty. Remember, it's not what you eat, it's what your muscles don't receive. If your plate is full but your cells are empty, you'll keep losing strength. So check your pantry. How many items have more than 5 ingredients you can't pronounce? How many come in boxes, bags, or cans with labels promising health but hiding salt, sugar, and chemicals? It's not about never having a treat again. It's about making what you eat build you up, not tear you down. We've talked a lot about protein, exercise, and avoiding what doesn't nourish. But there's one more thing, something you don't see on your plate but can make all the difference. Micronutrients. Those tiny components that don't add calories but power the processes that make your muscles truly work. Did you know you can eat enough protein, yet still not strengthen because you lack the vitamins and minerals needed to process it? Start with vitamin D. Most people over 60 have low levels, especially if they're not in the sun. This vitamin not only helps absorb calcium, but also plays a role in muscle strength. Low D is linked to more falls, weakness, and fractures. Then there's magnesium, essential for muscle contraction. Without it, muscles fatigue faster, cramps appear, and it also affects sleep and mood. Calcium, known for bones, also helps nerves and muscles communicate. A deficiency can cause tremors or weakness. And don't forget omega-3s, those essential fatty acids that reduce inflammation and improve muscle protein synthesis. Where do you find these micronutrients? Easy examples to add to your diet. Sardines, omega-3, calcium, and vitamin D. Chia seeds, rich in magnesium and fiber. Cooked spinach, calcium, magnesium, and antioxidants. Egg yolks, vitamin D and choline, great for muscle and brain function. Fermented dairy. If you tolerate yogurt or kefir, they're excellent calcium and complete protein sources. Liver, once a week, gives a powerful dose of B12. Speaking of B12, it's vital for your nervous system. Without it, you could feel weakness, tingling, or even balance problems. Remember this: without vitamins, protein never reaches where it's needed. Your muscles need energy, yes, but they also need tools. Those tools are micronutrients. So it's not just about eating more, it's about eating better. Now you may be asking, what if I've already lost muscle? What if I'm not who I used to be? Is there still hope? The answer is clear. Listen with an open heart. Yes, you can recover muscle, even after 80. It's not a myth. It's science. It's biology. It's hope. The human body adapts amazingly. Even in advanced age, muscle cells can regenerate and strengthen if given the right stimuli. And what are those stimuli? Strategic nutrition. Not just more food, but better quality. More quality protein, key micronutrients, less sugar, and ultra-processed. Exercise, especially resistance work. You don't have to lift like a 20-year-old, but you do need movements that reawaken muscle memory. Stairs, chair rises, gentle squats holding a table. Rest. Good sleep is when your muscles truly rebuild. Without deep sleep, there's no muscular or mental regeneration. Your body needs that repair time. Here's a story that still moves me. Mr. Ernest, 78, had felt weak for years, relying on his son for shopping, moving, almost everything. One day, his granddaughter said, "Grandpa, I want you to lift me like you used to." Those words sparked something in him. He began gentle home exercises, tweaked his diet with a nutritionist's help, and little by little regained strength. Today, Mr. Ernest not only carries his groceries unaided, he lifts his granddaughter again, if only for a moment, not because of brute strength, but because of love, dignity, and pride. So don't tell yourself, it's too late. As long as you're alive, you can strengthen your body. In the final part of this video, I'll share a practical summary. What to eat, how to move, and how to know you're on the right track. Because caring for your strength is caring for your freedom. If you've made it this far, thank you. Truly. That already says a lot about you. It shows you care about your health, your body, your life. Today we've covered something often overlooked but absolutely essential: your muscles. After 60, it's not enough to eat anything. Your body needs quality protein, specific vitamins and minerals, daily movement, even small amounts, and the courage to say no to foods that fill you up without nourishing you. Muscle isn't vanity. Muscle is life. It lets you get out of bed on your own, walk without fear, shop without help, open jars, climb stairs. It's the difference between dependence and independence. You're not eating well just to avoid hunger. You're eating well to live strong, with dignity, with autonomy. Eating well isn't a luxury. It's a daily choice that can gift you years of freedom. Now I ask you, what does a typical day's eating look like for you? Do you feel you're giving your body what it truly needs? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone with care and affection. And if you found this content helpful, if you feel it speaks to you and not about you, subscribe. Here we speak plainly, with respect, always thinking of your well-being. See you in the next video. Meanwhile, take care of what's on your plate, because that's where your true strength begins. 04 Mini High.